What's going on, YouTube? Been a couple of months, been busy. Getting prepared for craft shows. Didn't really want to make a bunch of videos of little things, so got a bigger item here to do. First off, hopefully everybody's doing good during this not so good time in the States. So got a new toy. Been toying around with it for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks. Got my new CNC machine. Got the Epoxy XXL. Doing a couple projects on it. Give you a sneak peek on one that's probably gonna be coming up in the next video. But during this times, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I donated a flag to a fallen trooper here locally. Only about 35 minutes away from here. Lost his life in the line of duty. Did a flag for him as a donation. Shield Republic. I'll include all the links in the description. Try to, at least. But the next little project, you'll see that video probably shortly after this one. Hoping to have that done next week or two. So I'll get that made. But what we're doing, got the CNC machine. Guy out there on the internet by the name of Chris Powell. He has a Shapeoko. I don't think his is the XXL. I think he's got the smaller one. The guy's got phenomenal YouTube content about it, how to set it up, how to program it, how to do different things with it. He's even got free files on there that he's just letting people cut. Not sure if he designed them. Haven't talked to him yet. But grabbed one of his files. Figured best way to learn. So got the Punisher skull, got the flag in it, and what I'm going to do is, if you saw the thumbnail, which I'll probably make, I'm making a couple of these I'm going to fill the center stripe. One's going to be blue for police, one's going to be red for the fire, and if I'm not mistaken, I gotta look, haven't looked yet. You can criticize me in the comments. The other one's going to be a green one for paramedics. I live right by a huge life flight center. It's one of the biggest ones that deal with Wake County and Wake Med and all that. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I got a piece of 1x12, 16 inches long. I'm going to get it set up on the CNC machine. I'll show you guys the profile. I'm using Carbide Create Pro. You don't need a Carbide Create Pro for this. You just need a Carbide Create. Use Minwax wood stain. Just have black. These are normally black with white stripes, except for the center line, which could be blue, red, green. I want to say there's 7 or 8 different colors that you can do. My main one's gonna be red, green, and blue. More than likely, I haven't asked Chris if I can sell these or not. Not looking to sell them. Probably gonna just donate these to the fire department, the EMT down the road, and one of the fire departments. So what I'm gonna do, I'll pause it here real quick, get you over by the CNC machine, show you the profile on Carbide Create. Then we'll get this board screwed down, get it locked in place. We'll get the machine set. I'll probably do a time lapse of it cutting it. It takes an hour, I think. Uses 2 different bits. I'm using a 90-degree V-card bit and a 1/4 inch end mill. Just 1/4 inch end mill so you can get up in spots like this. Just gives you a better finish. I tried it with, I think I said 1/4 inch. It's actually 1/8 inch. I tried it with a 1/4 inch end mill bit and didn't look right. Still got a little bit of work. Still learning the machine. So there may be a couple flaws, but that's what makes them unique. So we'll get you set up over by the CNC machine, get this board on there. I'll show you the profile and then my tool pass, and then we'll get it to cutting. Alright, so I'll pull up Carbide Create. So try to get it so there's no glare on the screen. So this is the logo. So if you put it in the show the simulation, you'll be able to see this If I come back over to my tool paths, this one's got 4 tool paths. So my first tool path will pocket out the stripes, and then the second tool path will do the stars, and then the third one's going to be to cut out the eyes and the nose, and then the final one's going to be to cut it all out. There's little tabs on it to lock it in place. I'll show you real quick. You don't really need a ton of tabs on there, but you can see the spacing. There's one there, there's one there, one on the other side of the skull, and then 2 on the nose. I just use my oscillating tool to just trim them, and then I just use some sandpaper. But after we get it cut, we'll use up the old epoxy. We got black diamond blue for the police. I got the imperial red for the fire, and I'm going to use this this Pearl X apple green for the EMTs. After they're all set, I'll use the heat gun, get the air bubbles out of it. We'll get them set up on a board, and then we will use some Minwax spar urethane, indoor outdoor. We'll give them, I don't know, 5-6 coats, both sides, just to seal them up. So we'll get you over at the CNC machine and we'll get things rolling. So this scrap piece underneath is just because my 1/8" bit, I have the Z plus for the Shapeoko, and if you use an 1/8" bit, it doesn't reach all the way down to the bed surface. So, and knowing where my cutouts are, alright, so now that's set, we'll come over to Cardboard Create, and we're going to jog this all the way up to the front. We're going to lose the little dust boot. Now, you want to get this bit centered on this corner the best you can. I've made my pattern a little bit smaller so that way it doesn't need to be 100% precise. So I'm just using the jog motion. I'm going to bring the machine over to the corner, bring the Z-axis down. So I'm looking straight up the bit, straight up the board, and then we're doing the same way down this way. So now that that's set, we'll hit set 0. We'll 0 the X and the Y. We'll say we're done. And one of the things I noticed is I'll move it out of the corner just a little bit. Then we'll drop it back down. And then we're going to lower it down till the bit touches the wood. And then we're going to come back over here. And we're going to 0 Z. And we're going to go back up to jog. First we're going to hit done. I'm going to increase the speed to fast to move the Z-axis up. And now on my machine, I upgraded a little bit. I've got the Z plus, so instead of my Z carriage being belt driven like the X and Y axis are, it's actually a screw drive. And then I also have the bit setter. Bit setter helps me, it knows what 0 is, so when it's time to do the stars and I've got to change the 90-degree bit, it'll prompt it, bring it to the front of the machine. You'll see me change the bit over the 90-degree. It'll go over, touch off on that probe. It tells that exactly where 0 is, and then it'll start cutting. So I've already got the 1/8" end mill bit in, square bit. That's what it's going to start with. And now that I've got the zeros, I'll come over to run. We'll hit start. And it's going to come to the center. It's going to prompt me to put in bit 102, which that's what it is. And it'll bring it all the way over here. And it'll touch this metal button, so to speak. And it'll slowly lower it down. And then it'll come back front and center. Once it gets to the center, I'll put my dust boot back on. Make sure that it's flush with the bottom, which it is. Now I'm going to go over there, try not overkill of a dust collector for this. But we'll turn that on. I'll set you guys up in the corner here, and you guys can watch it go to town. Alright, so third and final one's done. Got little tabs. I'll use my multi-tool, buzz those off. And I got thinking, with me pocketing out that stripe, it's going to open up the pores on the wood. So if I was to pour epoxy in that before I sealed it, it would just continuously bubble, and I would more than likely have an air bubble or two in the epoxy after it was all cured. So what I'm going to do is, instead of doing that first, I'm going to go ahead and seal it with some urethane and then let that cure. I'll probably get 2 coats on it, let it cure, then I'll do the epoxy, and then after that's cured, I'll probably give it 2 more coats of urethane. So I'm going to buzz this one out real quick. I already got those 2 set up over there for the for me to spray it. I'll use my LVP gun to get a nice even coat of urethane on it. So I'll set you guys up and we'll buzz this guy out. So now what I'll do is I'll go around the edge. I got some 120 grit sandpaper, take care of all the little fuzzies, and then when we come back, I'll have you guys set up in the stand and we'll get ready to spray. Alright, so I got some urethane in the gun. I'm just gonna test over here in the bucket and then lay a couple coats on it. Alright, so I got all 3 of them laid out here. Actually pick up the shine pretty good there. There's a couple of spots where I got some, where I didn't sand it good enough. But I'm going to try to trim it with a knife afterwards. I'm going to mix up some resin now, or some epoxy. And I'm going to try one first, just pouring it on without taping it, and see how it goes. If it goes fairly good, I won't tape them, I'll just pour it in, and then that way I can just work it with a heat gun. So we'll get you guys set up and I'll start mixing epoxy. Alright, so I got it mixed up. Just gonna let it gas off a little bit. I'll split it between 3 cups, start mixing them up, and we'll start pouring them in the skulls. Changed my mind. So that's that. So the blue, the red, and the green. So I'll babysit these, make sure the air bubbles get out of them, and then when they're all cured up, I'll come back and show you the final product. Alright, so it's the next day. They're all cured up. The green one I overfilled it a little bit. So if I can get the camera out of the light, it overflowed a little bit there. The red did too, I just saw that. So I'm gonna do, take some sandpaper now, lightly scuff them, try to get rid of a little bit more of this fraying here. No, give them a couple more coats. We'll build up 4 to 6 coats, however many it takes to make them nice and shiny. So we'll get them laid over there. I'm gonna move the slingshot out of the garage. That way I don't get that covered with urethane. So we'll get these sanded down and we'll go from there. So pretty much what I'm going to do on all 3 of them, and we'll get them over there, get them sprayed. So probably when I bring you guys back, they'll be complete, dried, and give you guys a final review of, or final view of what they look like. Alright, so luckily the sun came out, so where I was spraying them I could open up the back door, let the sun bake them up. They're pretty much cured down into the pockets. That hasn't fully cured. It's not tacky, but it's real close. So there's the final product. And if I can grab one of these without knocking them all over, we'll take a quick little stroll out back here. So you can see the finish that it got. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 6 coats of urethane. I put 3 on before I poured the epoxy, and then I just did 3 moderate coats. I'm using my HVLP gun. So I'm just putting the urethane in that and running the compressor. I think I'm running that at about 40 psi. So it puts out a nice even layer. Those are smooth. You can't even hear it. Might be able to hear the neighbor kids bouncing on this trampoline. So I'll get this uploaded. Give me your inputs on it. Like I said, these 3 here, I haven't talked to Chris yet. I'm going to talk to him, see if he minds if I sell some. But these 3 that I made, I'm just donating these 3. Just giving them to the local forces that are out there on the front lines of this whole pandemic. And then hopefully, like I said, next video that goes up will be the continuation of this. So watch out for the channel. Hoping to start uploading a little bit more now that the weather's starting to look a little bit better. So I'll get these uploaded for you guys. Remember, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Leave me some comments. Give me some ideas. Hit that subscribe button. All the help. I appreciate it. See you guys next time.